What's going on, guys? Welcome in, welcome back. These messages riding on the frequency of love for the highest good. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Current position, I got a 4 of Pentacles. It's a very balanced, very peaceful place that you're seated in right now. The channel I was kind of feeling in before was like into all of your tools and resources and skills and how you are able to kind of pull out of your bat utility belt, so to speak. Like the old Batman, like Adam West show, where like he has the the utility belt, and it's just like so camp and cute and weird, from like the 40s or 50s or something. And those skills and resources, I was like, oh wow, like for whoever this message is for today, like you do things in like an hour. You do like 12 things in an hour that like one person that you see on like, you know, TV or something can do in like 3 weeks with like 25 people. Do you know what I mean? And so this is an energy that I think like you're really deeply accepting now for yourself, and you're like, oh wow, you're unpacking your skills and resources, and this is going to be specific for the person who this message is for, okay? And you're like moving into this spiritual like healing work more, and you're giving yourself over in this way to yourself. You're giving yourself over to yourself in your emotional process, and that's what makes, I hope that that's what people are doing here when they come to my readings. I don't need anybody coming here with like any kind of, you know, projecting any kind of judgment around the work that we're doing here, because to be honest, I don't even want that view. I don't want your energy anywhere near me. This work is about like coming into like our hearts here and like doing this work in a benevolent place, and then sending you on your way to do it. If anyone doesn't want to be here, they really don't have to be. And I would gladly like invite you to leave. Don't let the blessings hit you in the face on the way out. Okay, past position. Alrighty, so we got a 7 of Wands here. As you can see, you had some kind of higher ground, but there was definitely this need to defend, okay? You're on your heels here. You're receiving, like, whether these are verbal daggers, whether these are, you know, like subtle, more covert tactics. 222 on the timer here. And like, when I talk about covert tactics, like that's the type of tactics that run so deep. Do you know what I mean? That's the type of thing that like you are in this balanced place, and you're holding on to your pentacles in this way that it's like, if anyone really truly understood what it took to get this balance today, where you sit for whoever this message is for, and what you've cultivated and what you've had to learn, and all the tools and understanding that you had, like Batman, pulled out a new tool every single time, a new like character, villain or whatever, like a new, like, you know, I don't know, level in the video game or whatever. You just unpacked a new tool and unlocked a new skill and stuff, and you sit here very balanced and very, very calm, knowing this about yourself, and knowing like that there's so much that is left on the other side of this. Now I want to actually move into this. I was feeling the channel earlier today around like a community that someone's building. So if you are like the hermit and you're coming out of hermit, right, and there's still this need to defend yourself, right, or this perceived need to defend yourself, and I encourage for whoever this message is for to like really, really stand and intentionally make choices and speak words and create actions that align with this balance, right? Whatever this was in the past that you shielded these, you know, whatever this contraction was, right? Now this is a combination of things. This is not just like placing blame on other people, because as we know here in these messages, we have to own our curriculum. We have to own our process so that we can see how we showed up and then choose a different decision moving forward. I think this is where we lose people here in the message, right? People come to these messages and they really, really, really just want to like justification around why things are the way that they are, and then they're going to try to put it together in their mind in a way that makes sense, like for themselves, so that they can like, you know, take what they need, little nuggets here, and then go out into the world and then turn right back into the same person that they were before, having done none of the real work. Okay, So please, like, let's as these channels are moving forward, like, let's like recommit our intention, right? Like, let's 444 on timer, like, let's realign our intention. If you notice, every time I click play, I say these messages ride in on the frequency of love for the highest good. Take what resonates, leave what does not. This is my intention. That's my intention. You have to set an intention, and then everything else is threaded on that. So living without intention, you know, and not knowing why you're saying certain things just to fill the air, just to say things. You don't understand your words of creation. And maybe someone here does, and maybe someone here is being a lot more selective about that and how they're choosing to upgrade their thought process. You know, they're seeing that the things that they once said, the things they once did, the people they once spent time with, it's not funny, it's not fun, it's not cool like how it used to be, right? And so you're sitting in this balance because you're seeing, oh wow, I had to defend myself. Why the fuck am I having to defend myself? And now you literally will see it from afar, and you'll literally, like, you know, take aim at it with a bow and arrow and just like shoot the apple right off the head and just like, no, dude, like bullseye. Like, okay, just making sure you're paying attention here, because I've been through shit, you've been through shit. 5:55 in the timer, and I'm getting that wherever you're going to be moving into, right, this is going to be a really intentional, diligent place for you that you move into with strict, firm boundaries. And that means that you literally don't give a fuck who says what, who has what, who is where, who is saying anything at any particular time, because you are in such like deep trust and deep like enlightenment, honestly, from this heart space, that you're literally standing in it and you're seeing these faces and these words, and you're like, that doesn't match up, that doesn't match up, that doesn't match up. And then when you hear it and when you're aligned with it in the heart space, and it's easy, it's so easy, right? And so I mean, it's just such a clear difference. And as you do this work more and more, you're gonna see this, right? That you're gonna see the difference between people who just talk, and then people who are like really about, like, you know, friendship and connection and love and community. And, you know, I actually wonder, like, when people go from like being cool to being like, you know, a part of a problem. I really do wonder that. Like, is there a moment, right, like that, like art becomes like a commodified or something, or someone's message or voice or something becomes, you know, like too mainstream or too something, like that can fully happen even if someone starts as, like, you know, an individual person with, like, you know, zero kind of affiliation, right? So now you've got this energy that you're seeing here is kind of like, you know, okay, so resilience. You're definitely like this hold on. I was going to go in, but I'm going to actually pull a card before I do, because I want to be responsible about this message. Okay, let's see where you're moving into with this resilience from this Four of Pentacles. This balance place. Oh my god, it's so loud. The information card came out. So again, with the untold story, you guys know it shuffles and then goes back in the box. Sorry about that. It says untold story on it, okay? So I'm getting this energy, whatever you're moving into here is going to be this untold story. I've got Three of Pentacles here. This is always the energy of, like, monitoring, right? So you've got these like two adults kind of looking up at this kid. They're this childlike, more childlike, imaginative, kind of creative energy here. But I'm also getting that, like, it has that energy of, like, jumping up on the furniture and, like a dog, like a bull in a china shop, kind of, where they're like, hey, get down from there, get down from there. Or like, oh, be careful, be careful. And, you know, yeah, that energy hasn't really seen, like, the whole journey that you've gone through, and that's okay. You know, the one that we spoke about in the past position. So, okay, yeah, so I've got Seven of Swords here too. So I've got, sorry, Six of Swords and Seven of Swords. This is like so much weight, right, that's being lifted here, but that people don't necessarily like see, right? So this is a long journey. You across the ocean, literally, you're like paddling here across the ocean with this big, all this fucking iron on your little canoe. You're like, damn, I can almost see the horizon line. And the seven of Swords is giving me the same exact energy, but instead, like, you have to get off that boat and then carry these fucking swords across the land now, 10-10 on the timer, like, on your own here. It's just like, dang. And I think that's the energy that, like, whatever the scolding type of energy or the monitoring type of energy or, like, these attacks that you're shielding, whether it's verbal or just, like, judgment, they don't see all this weight. They don't, because you wear it so gracefully. You know what I mean? Here's the Wheel of Fortune coming out. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the shakeup, right? This is the divine shakeup. There's a big turnover that's happening here too. And I'm seeing kind of like the, can't think of the symbol, but it's the same symbol on the Chariot card I'm looking at on the Wheel of Fortune. So I'm just getting that the odds are ever in your favor, Katniss. You know, the odds are stacked because of this journey that you've been through and your willingness to see. Yeah, there you go. So your fortune is like 1111 on the timer. Confirmation is like, people, I don't want to be like this, but people are like, they're not coming for your fortune, but like, here's just more energy, same exact type of energy. From Seven of Swords, sorry, Wands, and Eight of Wands. You know, this is energy that you don't need, you know what I mean, that you swerve directly away from, right? This is energy that feels really dumb, actually, after it doesn't affect you, right? Yeah, and it should. It really should, because it has no idea who you are, what you've been through here. Ace of Wands here. Okay, so the Divine's coming through here, okay, with a message that is confirmation that the Wheel of Fortune, these odds are in your favor, and you're moving through something like a very specific curriculum here that allows you, you know, the skill set, right, to have to be able to traverse these levels of weight, right? So it's like, okay, you had to carry these 12-12 on the timer, so you had to carry that weight across the ocean, then across the land on your back, you know, and you're like, dang. But then when you like finally got there, you were like, oh man, and you realize, wait, I could go 100 more miles. You realize, wait, I'm stronger now. You realize, wait, none of that. You're like, I'm actually like in a space now where you put weight on me, and you know what I mean, like you sit there now in this future position, well, current position, balanced, but like as you move through these, you're only going to get more, or through this judgment here, right, that get down from there, what are you doing, stop doing that, that kind of thing. As you keep moving through that, you know, you're going to see only more and more balance here, only more and more resilience here. You're only going to see like more and more destiny here, is what I'm hearing, and more possibilities. And that Chariot energy here too. Just keep moving. So 13-13 on the timer, so far away from that, right? Because to be honest with you, like the way I'm kind of seeing this is like, this is energy that is going to be like thrown at your back. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, like people who throw like daggers at your back are pussies. You know what I mean? They don't stand in your face and tell the truth, right? And I think that that's what's going on here. Like, I would definitely say that that's like the evolutionary hiccup that's taking place here, right? Is the fact that like this type of work actually reinstills some beautiful affirmation for what every single person is going through. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people who, whatever this is, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you doing that? What are you doing? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? This is energy that's like, oh, it realizes that it's powerless without its own like heart, without its own mind, it thinks that it needs things from the other world. It's worried about its position, it's worried about its, you know, power, money, like, but the thing is that like you don't care about these people, you don't look at these people, you're not worried about, you're going in your own direction, you don't want anything from anyone, you literally want to be left alone. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, Like, and I'm getting the energy that, like, I was talking about some community here at the beginning that, like, I want to see if we can move into, but it's not going to be without some kind of judgment here. Like, people not fully understanding you, people not fully, you know, getting you or liking you really anymore. And, like, I don't know, I'm just getting that, like, you don't really care about that. So the abundance that's coming through, that's the thing about these attacks in the past, like, that energy that just came through around that people-pleasing thing. Like, I'm getting the energy of someone here who was a deeply, like, addicted, codependent, possibly, like, other types of things as well. Like, that they struggled with mentally, emotionally, possibly, like, you know, mental health things even. And these are things that people don't know, don't discuss. And so they have absolutely no idea why you're so, whoever this message is for, why you're so, like, why you're so ruthless. Okay? They don't get that whatever this is, it needs to be protected. With a fierceness. Okay? Abundance. Goddess of abundance, divine, let me thrive, let fortune be mine. And when I say protection, I don't mean gatekeeping. And I think that that's what this energy I'm kind of getting is like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? It's just like, dude, what are you doing? Is the question. What do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing? And then what are you really doing? Do you know what I mean? People come down, like, into your energy for whoever you are for, like, inspiration. 1660 on the timer. They pretend like they don't. And then they go back out into the world and then turn it. It's interesting, right? So for whoever you are, this chosen one, you're really used to this because these are the qualities that you show up to at the function. You're so consistent, and that's exactly why people turn it on you. You're used to this. And so if anybody thinks it's weird when you turn it right back on them, boop, and you swerve that shit, and then they look like idiots, that's not your fault, you see? You didn't do anything. You just said what it was, and you made them have to deal and grapple with their own limitations around whatever this was that they put you through. You know what I mean? For whoever this message is really for. Now, these messages won't resonate for everyone, of course. And I do want to tell anyone who's out there in the world who's like, you know, you're karmic, you're cross-watcher, like, dude, for whoever this message is for, like, you 1717 on the timer. So a lot of people come down to your energy just to monitor and take information from you, right? And then, like, go take your words and then use them, or, like, apply them, or, like, literally plagiarize you. Like, there's all this type of shit that's going on here. And it's so funny that they pretend like they don't. You got people in positions of power, literally, like, who are, like, literally stealing your ideas, which is so fucking funny. Because it just goes to show you, like, what is power, huh? Like, what even is power if you have no ideas? You know what I mean? I thought this was an intellectual property that we're selling here, but there's literally no intellectual people. So how the fuck, what? They literally just use people as property, not the intellectual person and their, you know what I mean, creative intelligence like they used to, because no one has any intelligence or creative intelligence, it seems like, in the world. Like, I mean, really the thing is, when you're a person, you're a real person, 1818 on timer, you have creative intelligence, and you got to hold on to that. When I was saying that earlier about, like, when does something cool, when does something like rock and roll and outside become, like, mainstream and, like, too mainstream, and then, like, when does that person, that messenger, become someone who, like, you know, is now to whatever. And I'm getting the energy that, like, a lot of people come into your space because you're the chosen one, and they, like, project that type of thing onto you, where they're like, who are you though? And you're like, who are you though? You know what I mean? You just keep putting it back on people, where you're just like, this is the curiosity that we have to constantly come back and ask ourselves, right? Like, and for you, the chosen one, you're on your own mission, you're on your own journey, you're on your own path, and that's inevitably going to piss off and bother people, because they really want you to be a part of their path. But when you don't need them, when you need 1919 at a time, when you need nothing from them, then they get really insecure, whatever this energy is for, or whatever this energy is. Yeah, I don't know what this energy is for, I'll be honest. just seems like a really kind of like, it just seems like it's always there. You know what I mean? Ready to like critique, ready to judge, ready to like, I don't know, just be an idiot. That's, you know, take what resonates. My words, not yours. I think it's confidence that you're really applying and giving and empowering people with here. And I think that that's what this energy is too. It's like, oh, what are you doing? Why are you making everyone more confident? Why are you helping the world? Why are you doing it for free? Why are you being of service? Why are you loving yourself more? Why are you doing this? This is wrong. There's something wrong about this, right? No, there's nothing wrong about being of service in the world in a way that is empowered and powerful, in a way that is directly, 2020 on the timer, directly powerful. And I'm getting this energy of people that are like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are the same bitches who wish they thought of it first, aren't they? And the thing is that they're thinking, right? That's the problem. That's the whole fucking problem. People thinking. They're not feeling. Okay? And so that's why they didn't think of it. Because it never occurred to them. But that's why we're here in this space. And that's why my channel is very specific. Ay. Alright, so health comes through here. And I'm going to send you on your way here with this. Mother Earth, sweet Mother Earth bright, bring me your health and might. So I'm going to give you that confidence and that good health, that good fortune, that abundance, that inspiration. And please, whoever you are, whoever's message this is, make sure that you're going out into the world and you are very intentional about who you're giving your energy to. 2121 on the timer. Because, yeah, the energy of like you now being more selective about this is what's bringing in your abundance and what is allowing you to be an inspiration to so many people who pretend like you're not. So, yeah. And you're moving into a like more simple, like more grounded, like beautiful abundance, right? With like relationships and experiences that you love and you fuck with and you that make you feel healthy and confident and supported and inspired and abundant. Okay? And these are very, very simple feelings. Okay? These are feelings. So as soon as we come back into that feeling place, we see that everything that is of the world is not of us. And I hope that my messages, with the intention that they ride in on the frequency of love for the highest good, that sometimes it can be like, you know, like, you know, 222 on the timer, and it can feel like, oh fuck, because the energy here is that like we want to like actually look at these things, and we really do want to set ourselves free, right? So anyone who's coming down here to like monitor what's going on here, get the hell out of here. Your energy's weird and it's busted and I can feel it. So go away, like leave. I really don't even want your energy in my channel. And that's for the cross watcher, okay? And we are, as the channel grows, we gotta like weed them out a little bit more, right? And we gotta call out this stuff like as it happens. This is why I be hiding weird commenters off my channel left and right. This is why I be protecting you guys from weird people in the comments who come for you guys. I'm so quick with it. I'm like, fuck that, fuck you. No, this is all love. This is all love, light, and abundance. And if you come in with any type of backwards ass energy, I'm gonna be the bouncer at the door, and I'm gonna be the fucking MC of the ceremony, you know. And that's not gonna fly here, because rules are rules. And now I gotta go. Bye, guys.